So right now, I'm fortunate to introduce a local plaintiff's lawyer who y'all seen a little bit in the newspaper lately. He's the newest state senator in South Carolina, and we're very proud to have him as a son here in Charleston, Marlon Kimpson. Get him fired up.
If you're happy to be a Democrat, clap your hands. If you're proud to be a Democrat in South Carolina, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, why don't you stand up and show it? If you're proud to be a Democrat, clap your hands. We gotta be proud. We gotta be proud to take this fight to the Republicans in November, and we got to work very hard to support Vincent Shaheen for governor and Bakari Sellers for lieutenant governor. We're going to work hard to do that. You know, when my campaign first started, they said it couldn't be done. They said, Marlon, you ain't from here. They said, Marlon, you just moved to the district. Well, I'm proud to stand before you here today and to say that they were wrong and you were right, and we got victory on October 1st. And I would not be standing before you here today if it weren't for the Democratic Party. And I have to applaud the leadership of the Charleston County Democratic Party, and that is the reason, and the State Democratic Party, and that is the reason I stand before you here today as the senator for State District Senate 42. Now, an interesting thing about after the election, I knew that the Democratic Party did a lot for my campaign. And I think Mr. Chairman, Jamie Harrison, will appreciate this. And in Richard Rissick's absence, he certainly will appreciate it, but I understand his family is here. I took out my checkbook and I wrote a check to the Charleston Democratic Party, and I'm encouraging you to do the same. Because the Charleston Democratic Party needs the resources to fight. And if you believe we need the resources to fight, I want you to say, I will.
I will.
For as long as I can remember, the Democratic Party has stood for equal opportunity for all. And if you believe that we should continue to fight for equal opportunity for all, I want you to say, I will.
I will.
For as long as I can remember, the Democratic Party has stood for those who, through no fault of their own, are the poor, are the needy. And if you believe that we should continue to fight, I want you to say, I will.
I will.
For as long as I can remember, we have been on the front lines of public education. And if you believe that we should continue to fight for funding for public education and to support the school teachers, I want you to say, I'm going to fight, I will.
I'm going to fight, I will.
Give yourselves a hand.
Woo.
Now, I just saw Reverend Dungy here. Reverend Dungy, stand up. Reverend Dungy is a community activist and holds a lot of hats in the community. But let's give Reverend Dungy a round of applause. She was with us in the campaign from the get-go, and I'm so very appreciative of her help, as well as I see Oliver Addison and Miss Whipper. And that's why we're all here today, to celebrate Miss Whipper. She is certainly a trailblazer in South Carolina. Miss Whipper was my advisor. She worked hard in my campaign, and I owe her a great congratulations, and thank her for her support. Give her a round of applause. Now, we got a lot of work to do, and I'm not going to take a whole lot of time. How many more minutes I got in? 3 minutes. So, we talked about on this campaign trail, we talked about public education. And of course, in me, you got a senator who's going to go down there and fight. Go down there and fight to support the school teachers, because I'm adamantly opposed to public money going to private schools, and we got to stop that bill that provides such. You got a champion in health care. I believe that Medicaid expansion, we got to support the president, and you got a senator who's going to support the president on Medicaid expansion for South Carolina. And finally, we must do what we can to protect our right to vote. Let me hear y'all say vote.
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 We got big elections coming up in November. In a few weeks, we got a big city council race coming up. We got to support Bobby Rose for her election. We got to support the Democrats who are running. Finally, after 3 elections, I'm committing every fiber of my being to represent the citizens of Senate District 42. But after 3 elections, the first election, 44% of the vote. Second election, we got 70% of the vote. And October 1st, we got 80% of the vote. But I don't feel no ways tired. I've come too far from where I started one. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Thank you so very much. May God bless you. And may God bless the Democratic Party.